Hello, wonderful people here. Hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to Magnadroid Explore to Learn. This is Samir. Hopefully, you are following the video series of Linux knowledge. And before initiating the session, please press the bell icon and remember to like and subscribe to Magnadroid for amazing updates. So, my people, let's start the session with what is Linux in general. Linux is an open source, highly secure, and widely distributed operating system. So now we will technically understand these three well-defined terms. We consider Linux is an open source, which means this source code is available to the general public and this code is released under a license in which the copyright holder grants users the right to study, modify and distribute the software to anyone. We say Linux is a highly secure operating system because it is considered as safe, protected, and less prone to virus attacks due to its strongly built kernel. And we also say Linux is a widespread or widely distributed operating system because, according to the updated statistics around precision, we use more than 82% of Linux servers on this planet. Oh, that is brilliant, is it? And meanwhile, many people try to learn Linux, they come across with one question with great chaos. Is Linux the kernel or an operating system? Technically speaking, Linux is also considered as a kernel. In general, we know that kernel is any code component or we say any integral part of any operating system. So usually in Linux distribution, the operating system contains a base of GNU tools. Due to this, a lot of people refer Linux as a kernel and overall operating system as a GNU Linux. That's why many tech experts never make this a major distinction. Now we are determined to say that Linux is a flavor of Unix because it's a complete Unix-like operating system and that had been developed based on the original Unix. Likewise, we are having over 600 Linux distros being used globally. How amazing that is! Let's check some famous distros now here. Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu, Debian, Linux SUSE, Fedora, Mandriva, Mint, CentOS, and many more. I think now we got an idea why so many distros here. Because Linux is the successful open source software. Now let's know the history of Linux here. Multic, Multi-Information Computing Services, is also known as the first official operating system in software industry supporting only two users. So in the year 1969, AT&T, that is American Telephone and Telegraph Company, popularly known as Bell Laboratories, that has started a project or a team led by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie, and this project was named as Multec. Again, in the year 1971, AT&T has implemented a project Unix. I mean UNICS, that is Uniplex Information Computing Systems. Back in the year 1973, they re-implemented UNICS to Unix. And let me tell you one interesting thing about these two famous personalities who had commenced this project. Ken Thompson, who was known as the father of B language, and again Dennis Ritchie, who is the most famous personality considered as the father of C language. Now let's talk about the person who was behind the invention of Linux kernel. He is none another than Linus Torvalds, who was the computer science student at the University of Helsinki, Finland. So now in the year 1991, Linux wrote the program specifically for the hardware he was using to make use of the functionalities of a new PC with 80386 processor, that's also known as i386, and Intel 32-bit microprocessor developed on Minix operating system using the GNU-C compiler. So here Minix is again an Unix-like operating system, and GNU-C compiler system is produced by GNU Project supporting various programming languages. And now according to the Linux, its significance has incremented from the year 1992 after Windows system was ported to Linux completely, which allowed Linux to support a GUI for the very first time. Now let's know some powerful record and the significance of Linux here. Over 95% of total 1 million domains are relied on Linux. Over 80% of smartphones today, what we use completely run on Android. Whoa, that's really cool. Though I'm having one, which is again a Linux based kernel. Now that's wonderful to know that even Microsoft contributes Linux kernel development. Many giant like e-commerce companies say Amazon, Walmart, PayPal and many more are dependable on core Linux technology. 75% of cloud-enabled enterprise platforms considered Linux as their prime source. Finally, global stock markets like New York Stock Exchange, London Exchange, Nasdaq, and many more use Linux. How cool it is! So, coming to an end, huge thanks for watching my video and please stay connected. Now, see you again in the next series of videos. Take care, bye bye.